Hey there, I am Jo. I am your pregnancy, postnatal, and pelvic floor exercise specialist. I am also a registered nurse and a mum of three, all of which has shaped my business model and the way I support and promote the function of your body for your own confidence as you age. Okay, so today we are going to talk about how your pelvic alignment can impact your core restoration and function, which also includes your pelvic floor muscles. And what comes into play here significantly is your glutes. So these are your butt muscles, okay? Your pelvis is this big structure here that stabilizes us, and in pregnancy that ends up kind of stretched as your baby grows out the front, often tilting it into a little bit of a forward lean, really lengthening these glutes, or causing those glutes to clench on and never let go again, okay? And that can impact you in lots of other ways. All right, so what I'm going to talk to you about is when these hip joint muscles, this pelvis is not aligned, and how that is going to impact your core. So when you have a pelvis that is tilted forward, like so, other muscles are obviously stretched or tightened in the back here. Your lower tummy muscles tend to be not able to fire as well. So this is where you might have a lower abdominal separation here, and you have a little bit of trouble trying to reconnect with that. C-section mums, obviously the scar tissue is going to impact how you reconnect with those lower core muscles, those deep core muscles. Remember, we are focusing on deep core muscles, not your six-pack rectus abdominals. And we are just going to have a hard time really trying to connect these muscles. Now we need to connect these lower core muscles by drawing those hip bones together. And what is really going to help is also strengthening these glutes, because they are lengthened. Your hamstrings are lengthened down the back of your legs, so they are all going to come into play. So as you can see, and you're starting to develop this awareness that your rest of your body is also impacting how your core is functioning or not functioning. Okay, you are also often going to have flared ribs, so that forward flare, which means, I can draw this well, so when your pelvis is tilted forward, your pelvis should be flat like this, but it's tilted forward. And then if you've got flared ribs, they should also be flat and stacked on top of your pelvis, but instead they're going to be a little bit like this, which means this is all lengthened. And if this is your daily posture, this is your habit, you don't probably even know you're doing it. It's just a first step is to unwind that tension and create that blank canvas, but also to become aware of how you are holding your posture in your daily life. And often it takes you to be targeted in your how you are working on this, by even starting by lying on the floor, to really get those tensions out, because that is where gravity is not coming really into play and making you clench other muscles to support yourself in your upright postures. Okay, next up we have got a posterior pelvic tilt. So we've got the forward and then we've got back. So that's kind of, glutes are tucked under a little, pelvis is a little bit more flat, and your back muscles are quite lengthened. Okay, this can also change the alignment of how your pelvic floor muscles are functioning and supported. So you might have some symptoms pelvic floor wise here. To be fair, you could have any sort of pelvic floor muscle symptoms in any alignment, but working on realigning this pelvis and getting the support muscles, the glutes, the hamstrings, everything, the core, the upper body, all of that to help align your posture optimally will be one of the keys to improving your symptoms and hopefully resolving them. Okay, now you can follow along with especially my postnatal or birth prep programs to start making sure that you avoid any birth injuries. but then your postnatal recovery programs afterwards, my ones online, to give some guidance on how you can start unwinding tensions and learned postures, and then restoring through good connection to the muscles that need it after pregnancy. All right. The other thing is misalignment of your pelvis from side to side. So, do we sit on our hips side to side like this? Do we hold our baby side to side? These kind of things create mismatch alignment in your pelvic bone. So there's a little bit of a joint at the front here called the pubic bone that can be shearing on itself and cause pain, quite common suprapubic pain at the front. Or there's two joints at the back here where your dimples are, and when your pelvis is not balanced, then you might be stronger on one side, your pelvis might be tilted in one way or the other, then again a tilt in the system will throw off the coordination, or may throw off the coordination of your core system and give you a little bit of trouble making sure everything's functioning together. You can even have a tighter side of your core or tighter side of your pelvic floor muscles, making the other side not function, or the whole system not functioning together well. So balance is super, super key. Okay, your solution, your takeaway from all of this is that you unwind the tension, you be mindful, you have this awareness, this newfound awareness through watching these videos with me, and then you have the tools through my online pathway programs to help support you back to strengthening the right muscles and moving your body in an optimal way that will promote the restoration of your function, re-strengthen that deep core muscle for your stability, and to flatten that core and to make that pelvic floor coordinate well. When you have tight glutes or a misaligned pelvis, these pelvic floor muscles can often be compensating for this mismanaged coordination. So if you are having concerns, consider this might be what's going on for you. All right, make sure you let me know.